Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to 3 News Now. I'm Stephanie Haney. It's Wednesday, December 9th. Thanks for choosing to be here for the top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Let's get you started with the latest news out of Canada. Canada's health officials have officially approved use of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine, and now Canada is set to receive up to 249,000 doses this month and 4 million doses of the vaccine by March. Health Canada said the vaccine is for use in people 16 years of age or older, but Pfizer BioNTech are running further clinical trials on children of all age groups, so that could change. But again, that's the age range right now for receiving the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine in Canada. Pfizer and BioNTech said it will supply a minimum of 20 million doses to Canada through 2021 and as many as 76 million. The vaccine has already been approved by the United Kingdom and Bahrain, and officials said they expect U.S. approval within days. Again, the FDA is holding a hearing on the Pfizer vaccine tomorrow, so we'll keep you updated on what that looks like here in the U.S. Again, expected for the vaccine to arrive here in Ohio December 15th. That's according to Governor Mike DeWine and what he's been told, according to him, by the federal government. Now let's take a look at our latest COVID-19 numbers in from the Ohio Department of Health. Today, there was no disclaimer on the coronavirus dashboard saying that there was a backlog of testing. Remember, that backlog of testing was cleared yesterday with that huge number. Well, today's a pretty big number too, not as big as it was yesterday, but a pretty big number. It's 10,094 new reported cases of COVID-19. Yesterday's number was 25,721, but remember, that included that backlog of 12,600 rapid tests. So that's been cleared out, and now the state of Ohio is up to par with counting the COVID cases with the same way the CDC is counting the COVID cases, no longer requiring that double verification of those rapid tests. Unfortunately, 84 people have been reported to have died in the last 24 hours, due to COVID-19. And we have seen 464 new hospitalizations in the last 24 hours. Now, that's down from yesterday, but yesterday was a huge number. Yesterday, that number was 657 new hospitalizations. The number of people who are in the hospital right now is up a bit from yesterday. That number is now 5,198. And of those people, 1,229 of them are being treated in the intensive care unit. That's a number that's also up just a bit from yesterday. There have been 49 new ICU admissions in the last 24 hours, and right now about 25% of hospital beds in the U.S. are open for people who need treatment, inpatient treatment that would require them being admitted to a hospital bed. Now let's take a look at the national and the global numbers for COVID-19. Here in the U.S., according to Johns Hopkins University, the total number of cases is now at 15,246,376. The total number of deaths in the U.S. is now at 287,550. We do know that the U.S. has 4% of the global population, and our percentage of the cases keeps creeping up. It's now at 22.2% of the global cases, and our percentage of the global deaths has remained the same at 18.4% for the last several days. Globally, the total number of COVID cases is now at 68,584,302, and the global number of deaths is now at 1,563,997, as people in the U.S., again, anxiously await the approval of that first COVID-19 vaccine. Here's something that's related to COVID-19 that is catching fire on TikTok. Bill Nye the Science Guy is using household props to illustrate the importance of wearing a mask in his latest video on TikTok. He's had several of these videos that have gone pretty much all over the internet and become very popular with him explaining basic things related to COVID-19. Well, he's using things like a strainer and toy cars to demonstrate the importance of wearing masks and also following rules. So he starts off with a map of the U.S. and it shows where mask wearing is at a minimum and how those places have the highest rate of COVID-19 infections. He says, I hope you can see the fewer the masks, the more the sick. And he says, it's not hard to understand, everybody. That's why we have rules about wearing a mask. And then to demonstrate rules, he takes a bunch of toy cars on a fake road and tries to show how if you don't drive on the designated side of the road, there can be a crash. He says, everyone, please wear a mask and thank you. That's up on WKYC.com if you want to check it out. It's very compelling from Bill Nye the Science Guy. On national news, one of our Ohio representatives has reportedly been tapped to serve in President-elect Joe Biden's administration. I'm talking about Representative Marcia Fudge. She's been representing Ohio's 11th congressional district since 2008, and two sources told NBC News that she has been tapped to be the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Now, Fudge previously told Politico that she wanted to become the next Secretary of Agriculture. She also said this: as this country becomes more and more diverse, we're going to have to stop looking at only certain agencies as those that people like me fit in. She was talking about Black representatives in our legislature, and she told Politico last month, it's always we want to put the Black person in labor or housing and urban development, and it turns out that is where she will potentially be if her nomination is approved. Well, on Tuesday, she said something a little bit different. To NBC's Jake Sherman on Capitol Hill, she did not confirm her selection, but she did say that it would be an honor and a privilege to lead the department, and she said, it is something that in my wildest dreams I never would have thought about. If I can help this president in any way possible, I'm more than happy to do it. So we wait to see the official announcement of Representative Fudge for that potential appointment. Now here in Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns and New York Giants game has been flexed to Sunday Night Football. It was going to take place earlier in the day, but after the Browns take on the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football, they will now stay in prime time on Sunday for Sunday Night Football. So it'll be a bit of a short week for the Browns before they take on the New York Giants. The change was made because the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers were originally scheduled to play on Sunday Night Football in Week 15, but both of those teams are currently on the outside looking in at the NFL playoff picture, and the Cleveland Browns, with their 9-3 record, are currently on the inside of the playoff picture, which is something we have not been able to say for a very long time, and that feels great to say. And that will air right here on Channel 3, so you can see that on Sunday night, Week 15, not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday when the Browns take on the New York Giants. More football news for you. The Big Ten is expected to change that 6-game rule, which would allow Ohio State to play for the Big Ten Conference title. This is according to ESPN and Pete Thamel of Yahoo Sports. The conference athletic directors met this morning. Pete Thamel said that the rationale is expected to be that even if Ohio State lost to Michigan this week, which is not happening because Michigan is in the middle of a COVID-19 outbreak, they would still be the East Division representative because of a tiebreak. So ESPN now reports the decision will be voted on by a larger group that will include athletic directors and university presidents. And if the 6-game requirement is removed, it would clear the way for Ohio State to play Northwestern on December 19th in Indianapolis for the Big Ten Conference title, and then potentially have a bid for the college football playoffs. Right now, Ohio State ranked number 4 in the college football playoffs ranking and 5-0. Remember, the whole rule was that in order to be eligible to compete in the Big Ten title championship game, you had to compete in 6 regular season games, but that won't be happening for the Buckeyes. So we anxiously await to see what happens with that as well. And one more story to let you go before we let you go here. There's a big donation coming to a Twinsburg food bank from Taylor Swift. Here's how it happened. The Bailey family had a big hand in it. Sarah Bailey, who is a singer and a songwriter based in Ohio, she posted a video on Friday of her family's light display, which is very elaborate. They do this every year. They set it to music. Well, this year, they set it to Taylor Swift's song, Christmas Tree Farm. And they wrote in the caption for that video that they were happy to play the song and they were also accepting food donations to benefit the local food bank. So if you drive by the Bailey home in Twinsburg, you will notice that there is a collection box there for non-perishable food and also donations to the local food bank. Well, Swifties, which is what people call the fans of Taylor Swift, saw the video, they shared it around, and Taylor Swift saw it herself and personally replied to Sarah and said that she absolutely loved the family's Christmas light show. She thanked her and her dad for using the Christmas Tree Farm song to create what she called such a fun spectacle. And she said she loved how they mentioned giving back to the local food bank, so she made a donation to our community hunger center in Twinsburg, and she said, "Happy holidays, love Taylor." Pretty incredible there. That's it for your 3 News Now update for Wednesday, December 9th. I'll see you next up on What's New with your trending stories in the Clicking in Cleveland segment. By the way, if you didn't know, you can watch that for free in the WKYC app. Just click on watch and you'll see the live option when the show goes live at 5 p.m. You can watch the whole thing from 5 to 6 and any of our broadcasts that way. And then I'll see you back here for more 3 News Now tomorrow. Everyone stay safe and be well and have a great weekend. I want you to have a great weekend, but I also want you to have a great Thursday and Friday. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. I will see you back tomorrow. I'm Stephanie Haney.